The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Maricel Halili. The Agriculture Department is ramping up its crackdown on smuggled onions. The DA's Bureau of Plant Industry confiscated 3.9 million pesos worth of white onions in Divisoria, Manila on Saturday. Aside from being illegally imported, the products had no phytosanitary permit, making them unsafe for consumption. Earlier this week, the DA found suspected smuggled white onions valued at around 30 million pesos inside container vans. Authorities called on the public to avoid buying white onions in markets and use the locally produced red variant instead.
Sa mga mamimili, iwasan po nating bumili ng white onion kasi wala po siyang phytosanitary permit. Hindi po siya safe kainin. So wala na pong ini-issue yung Bureau of Plant Industry para mag-import. So illegal na po yun.
The Education Department is urging public schools to keep their Christmas celebration simple. Vice President and DepEd Secretary Sara Duterte issued an order banning forced contributions and participation in Christmas festivities as prices of commodities continue to rise. The order also stated that no student should be excluded from the celebrations for failure to contribute. The agency has also discouraged schools from purchasing new Christmas decorations. Instead, the DepEd urges schools to reuse old ones that they have in stock. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Maricel Halili. Some farmers in Camarines Norte have resorted to panning gold with prices of fertilizer and seeds on the rise. Shaila Francisco with the story.
55-year-old Dennis, a farmer, starts his day in Paracale, Camarines Norte as early as 6 a.m. After a quick breakfast, he walks to the farmland to prepare for farming. But as it turns out, he is harvesting something else other than palay. Gold.
Imbis na palay muna yung anihin, ginto muna ang inaani namin. Para kami makaraos. Kisa naman sa tulad, wala pang binhi. Mahal pa. Tapos wala kaming gawa, di lalo kaming tingga.
Locals call this labadero or gold panning, a process in which gold is extracted manually. It is considered one of the simplest ways to mine gold. This is traditionally done in Paracale since the town is known for having gold deposits. Farmers receive their salaries daily for this.
Kikita kaya tayo ng malaki-laki naman ngayon. Araw kaya tayo dito ng 350, 400.
But there is no telling how much they would receive.
Instead of carabaos and tractors here, they rely on themselves the whole day just to get even a pinch of gold. But just how hard is it compared to farming? Come on, let's find out.
They first dig the land up to get soil that possibly has gold deposits. These lands are then soaked in water to loosen the sand and separate it from stones. After that, it will be sifted before dusting through what they call a pabirik to extract the gold.
Kasi ba yung ginagawa nyo kumpara dun sa ibang mga pagmimina at paglulupa? Kasi
po, bukod sa mababaw, wala naman kami ginagamit na chemical.
paano to? Magagamit pa ba yung lupa?
Ito pong ano namin, yung halimbawa yung buhangin, binabalik din po namin sa...
After the whole process, they will then cook it. After this, they will bring it to the buyer to weigh the gold.
Medyo mas malaki ngayon ng kaunti.
After a whole day's work, they made 3,840 pesos, which will be divided among themselves. Dennis got 548 pesos. It's bigger compared to previous days. But he says it is still not enough, especially for those with kids going to school. But do they prefer gold panning over farming?
Ay, nambiron po ang magsaka. Ay, una-una nakakapagpahinga nga po kami pag may palay na.
Dito, sige, pakikwento lang po. Bakit po?
Tatapatin ko lang kayo, ma'am.
Opo.
Hindi po ako nakapag-aaral.
Hindi po kayo nakapag?
Aral.
Opo.
Kahit po pangalan ko, hirap ko isulat. Tanong po kayo sa mga tao dito. Kaya kung ganito lang, magsasaka lang talaga.
Dennis says he usually earns double in farming. But with the high cost of fertilizers and seeds nowadays, he says having some extra income from gold panning is useful. That's why farmers like him are asking for additional aid from the government. Paracales Municipal Agriculture Office says they will be distributing seeds. However, they admit that they have a limited budget for this. They permit gold panning, but reminds farmers not to use chemicals.
Basta siguraduhin lang po na maibalik sa dating forma yung sakahan para nang sa ganun pakinabangan ng mahabang panahon.
For their part, farmers in Paracale assured that they will not do anything to harm farmlands. But they are hoping that like the gold they're panning, their livelihood as farmers will also shine in the future. Shaila Francisco, we are One News.
Brazilian football legend Pelé is now receiving palliative care as he battles colon cancer. The 82-year-old footballer was admitted to the hospital last week due to a respiratory infection after chemotherapy stopped working for him. A medical report released on Friday said that Pelé responded well to antibiotics and that he is now in stable condition. Pelé took to Instagram to thank his fans and his medical team, saying he remains strong as he follows his treatment. And those are the top stories of the hour. News. Join us later at 12 noon as we continue to monitor today's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Maricel Halili. We are One News.